Now, something that we love to get into because is, I say something that I've always been into since I've been young is tech, right? Tech is huge. It's a huge thing, and we know that. Of course, we talk virtual, so we know that using technology is a big thing for brands and experts like yourself. So when you're in the tech, excuse me, in the VA space, what tech are you using to help the process and help these brands that you're working with help the process run a lot smoother? Are there messaging platforms that you're using? Are there other technologies like Canva, for example? Like, what technologies are you using that you feel really work best for you guys when working with these companies?
Okay, sure. So, in terms of tools or the technology, basically, for communication, mostly on an at an organizational level, Slack is being used. So you need to have some idea about Slack. I'm already communicating with my clients, with many companies on Slack. I and with in my company, we also have our communication on Slack, like our internal communication is also on Slack because it's a really great tool to have communication.
Right.
So Slack is one thing. So in terms of project management, because there can be a lot of tasks on your end or maybe on the client's end, so you should know that project management tools like Monday.com is one thing, Asana, ClickUp, and there are some other tools as well that helps you in project management. Trello is another tool for project management. In terms of email management, basically, usually Gmail is being used, but you also need to have some idea about Outlook and some other tools to manage your emails, because not all of the clients are on Gmail. There is some might be on Outlook, some maybe on Yahoo, on some other email platforms as well. And you should also know some email marketing tools like Mailchimp, Active Campaigns. Apollo is also one of the tools for email marketing. You can build up email sequences on Apollo. So for lead generation, there are also some tools. Apollo is also a lead generation tool. There are some websites as well, like Yelp and Yellow Pages, and some other there are some other tools for lead generation. In terms of customer support, first of all, you should be very good at using the social media platforms, because mostly customer support is being provided using social media platforms like on Facebook. Your client may have a Facebook page, and you should know how to run a Facebook page, and how you can communicate with your customers on Facebook Messenger. There are some tools as well for customer support like Ring Central, and there are some other tools like I'm not sure about their names, but I have a list of them. And then in terms of cold calling, I forget to discuss about this. Cold calling is also one of the things that can be offered from the VA industry.
Right.
Cold You need to, as you are not from the local country of the client, so you need to use some tools to call the people. You can use Google Voice, but Google Voice is also available for only the people in the United States. So for to purchase Google Voice, you need to have a business domain. But if not Google Voice, there are some other tools that can be used for cold calling, Text Now, and some other tools as well that you can use for cold calling.
Okay. No, that's good that
Yeah.
you put out so much different, pieces of tech that people, pieces of tech and also platforms, software that people can use, download, learn how to use that can, help these processes run smoother. Because what we have to understand is tech is what unites the world. In 2024, you know, tech is what unites the world. Tech is what is going to solve the world's problems. So if you're behind on tech, you're behind on a lot of things. So like right now, I'm in Los Angeles area, Southern California, and Emron is in Pakistan. Well, we're talking, we're having a conversation, we're getting to know each other through this technology, through the Zoom technology, right? We're utilizing this Zoom technology to be able to have these conversations, to be able to see each other. Like if I wave, Yeah, he's gonna be able to see me. He's gonna see my hand just like I was in person, right? No matter what I do, he can see me through this camera, through this Zoom technology. So it's incredible technology. Learn about the technologies he was telling you about because the better you know technology, the more experience you would have with them. It will just lead to you being a better virtual assistant and building a better team
Yes, of course.
for sure. So now, when we talk about virtual assistants, something that I was, wondering was, when it comes to getting yourself out there, right? Doing podcasts, doing interviews, doing short form content like the TikToks, like Instagram, like Facebook and Instagram Reels, like YouTube Shorts. Should you be if you are virtual assistants, because sometimes virtual assistants are faceless because maybe they just communicate all through emails and direct messages and things like that, but should they look to get their face more known as that expert in that field, like as much as possible?
Yes, of course, they should be because you need to make a difference. And if you are coming up by face and you're discussing anything, that would make a difference. Like people will get more attracted to you. Other if you are only just putting your audio. Like if I should have joined you on an audio call and we are going to discuss everything on an article, I think that is not going to make a difference, and no one is going to listen to that. So you should come up with a video on Fiverr as well, on other freelancing platforms. People don't put their videos on thumbnails, or like they are not confident to post them. They should post because that makes a difference. You are crossing a line of hundreds of people by posting a video. So you should come up with on social media as well. You may discuss about why you should hire me, why like you can discuss about some tips and tricks. So you should always be active on social media, and having but your face on social media, that is a really great thing.
That is, I was kind of on the fence about that as time went on because, having a personal Facebook and just kind of being, here and there with family and doing some basic things. But as I kept reading and learning about business and, getting into books and things like that, let me grab this real quick. Oh, almost. Yeah, so this is a good book. It's called Communication. It's a book called Communication Essentials. And that's one of the main things in today's world. When we talk about communication, what people are going to do is people are going to use the search engines to figure out if you have been communicating. So they're going to type your name or your business or both or your brand into the search engines, and they're going to try to see how you've been communicating. So see if you've been speaking to people like through a podcast, to see if there's any short form content of you speaking about something, to see how you are communicating what you're doing, because now that personal brands are becoming so big, like if they can find a lot of content with you, people are going to use that. And I'm glad that we're on the same page with that, that people need to make content. Like, don't be afraid, get it out there, help people get it going because it will help you. Like this video is going to live forever. So in 2 months, in 5 years, and wherever the time is, when somebody says, well, can we see some early video podcasts of you can bring up this video and let's say there's 20 sub videos and 100 short clips, and they're like, wow, he was doing this in 2024, it could be 2028, but they're looking at what you were doing in 2024, looking at that foundation of content that you were building as a CEO of your brand, as the expert, already positioning yourself as very knowledgeable with the brand, as already having a team, so that would make companies feel more comfortable, like we might as well bring him in to run this side of things or to handle all our VA projects because he has already been positioned himself as an expert.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, because you once you're going to be mostly active on social media, you're definitely going to make a mark in the world.
For sure. For sure. No, I
Yes.
mean, that's big. What do you think about, because, and this is kind of, people are on two sides of this, and some people are in the center saying you should do both. There's some people that are saying you should go wide with kind of, if you're a VA, say, hey, I can help any industry. And some people say, hey, you should niche down, only look to work with dentists, only look to work with car shops, whatever that niche may be. But from your perspective, what is the better approach? Is it niching down? Is it being broad? Or is it doing both? Whichever one works for you to get the ball rolling.